I'm going to make some queso cheese dip and get it cooking this morning so that it's ready for a meal that we're going to have tonight for celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Um, it's going to use several kinds of cheese. Just going to cube them up and put them in the Hot Logic, which works as a slow cooker for me all day long. This is the size batch we're going to use. It's a 6-cup container. And I'm going to start by roasting some plum tomatoes and poblano peppers. We're going to take them out of the skin, add them to the Hot Logic with cubes of each of these types of cheese. Vermont sharp cheddar, Monterey Jack, pepper jack, some American, and some Velveeta for creaminess. Also, we'll add some heavy cream and we'll let this cook all day long. And the reason that we're doing it slowly is it makes a nice creamy sauce rather than something that gets like the cheeses separate. So let's get the vegetables roasting and we'll throw it together. Okay, to roast the poblano pepper and the tomatoes, I'm just going to slice them, open them up on a little sheet here. I'm only using the toaster oven. The idea is to just get the roasting to bring out the best flavors, and then we're going to peel them right off the skin so you don't have to taste the skin when you're eating the cheese sauce. The poblano pepper is not the hottest pepper that you're going to find in the world. It's a nice mild pepper, very similar to the like jalapeno, something like that. I'm going to take the seeds out of it though. I think of course the seeds will make it hotter, but the flavor should come from the nice green pepper here. This doesn't have a whole lot of seeds in. We're just going to take the seed pod out. Making strips so it's quicker to roast. Just going to drizzle a little olive oil on top and stick it right in the toaster oven until it starts to get a little roasted, blackish looking on the top tips. Okay, let's roast this thing. Okay, now I cubed up all the 4 harder cheeses, and as you cube them up you can see, why am I mixing all these cheeses together? Some are soft, some are harder, and that's the reason that I'm really using the slow cooker method today, because I want them all to blend. I don't want them to melt in chunks of hard cheese and soft cheese. I want them to keep cooking softly all day and getting smooth and creamy. So I'm going to spread these cheeses out into the Hot Logic container. All cubes, and the American I actually couldn't find in a block, so I cubed up some slices, and it all works. It all goes together. So I'll start with these. I'm going to cut up some Velveeta chunks now. Of course, that's a processed cheese that is very creamy, and a lot of people use it on macaroni and cheese for part of the ingredients. Okay, the dish is getting full. That's okay. Let's do the Velveeta next. To fill this 6-cup container for the Hot Logic, I used about a half of a block of the 8-ounce piece of cheese of each of those 4 flavors, and I'm going to use about a half of a block of the Velveeta too, which is an 8-ounce. It's a 1-pound block. It'll be 8 ounces of cheese. What I'm trying to do is copy the taste and texture of the queso sauce that I tasted at QDoba's a couple weeks ago. It was the best. I couldn't believe how good it was, and I won't be satisfied until I make sure that I can copy it myself. So this is my best effort at QDoba's queso sauce. We'll see how it comes out. Now the peppers are almost finished roasting. Let's check on them. Okay, while we're waiting for the peppers and tomatoes, let's add some nice paprika. Gives it a little bit of a smoky flavor. I like the color it adds to it as well as the flavor. Yeah, we're not going to be afraid to make this one a little spicy. I'm using some red pepper flakes. Just the regular old red pepper flakes. Love them. You can add all of your favorite spices that you usually put in chili or something like that. I have a pint of heavy cream. I'm going to add a generous amount to this to smooth everything out. Probably half of it. Okay, can you hear the sizzle of the roasted veggies? Just took them out of the oven, and we're gonna scrape some of the skins off, chop up, not fuss with them too much, and get them into the cheese mixture. Smell good, the smoke's coming off of them. Okay, I pretty finely chopped all of the tomatoes and poblano peppers. I'm gonna add them now to the cheese mixture and turn them in a little bit. Alright, as usual, I have loaded my dish to maximum capacity. But we're just going to start getting this melted down. I want to get it in the Hot Logic, get the cheese and cream to start blending, and we're going to stir this one a couple times during the day. If you don't have a Hot Logic yet, then you can do this in the crock pot, and I recommend slow cooking it rather than cooking it on stovetop, because that's how these cheeses are going to get blended rather than just melted. Okay, so let's get it in there. We're going to put it in the Hot Logic, which cooks at 185 degrees, which is the low setting of a crock pot, and we're going to let it in there probably 6 hours or so, stirring once in a while. Yummy. The lid I'm going to press on to seal. Nice and tight. It's a regular Pyrex dish with a lid. Into the Hot Logic it goes. We're going to zip it up and plug it in. Wait for the magic to happen. Okay, queso cheese sauce has been cooking all day in the Hot Logic. Let's take a look at it and see what it looks like. It's going to be good. I think it's very hot, very hot. I'm just going to take the lid off. Oh, look at that. Look how creamy. Oh my gosh. That looks great. Look at those peppers. Roasted peppers and cheeses all mixed together. Okay, we're gonna get a plate of tortilla chips here, party size. Put some on a plate, add some queso cheese, and this is gonna be a side dish that we're gonna share with Rick's big burrito that he made today in the Instant Pot pressure cooker. And that's how we're going to celebrate our Cinco de Mayo. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay. You can do it. Look how easy this Hot Logic makes it easy for everybody. Give it a try.